All right, so let's look at the dollar. We'll switch over from this natural gas to $DXY. And we'll blow this up, and you can see in here that this dollar firming that's going on is pretty much on time. We expected that a low would be coming. The low came a little bit early. We expected the low would be a little lower than it was, but it didn't. And the reason for that is because we have an increase in the yields, and the fact that U.S. yields have moved up much faster than the rest of the world. So money is flowing to where it can earn the most or earn more. That's really affecting the dollar against the yen very significantly. I'll show you that. So this is our upside projection is to around 92, but it could get it up to 94. I want you to see the clarity in those lows and the harmonic families that are in there. Now, on the bottom, you'll notice there's a ghosted cycle, and that's because of the way these cycles have shortened a little bit. Still, they align pretty nicely going back all the way into 2015. You can see that. So really strong harmonics in there. 50 and 25 weeks make up those patterns. And now let's just come in and look at this right over here. And there's our upward projections. We're looking for this move up here, very reasonably up to 92. I'll show you how that lays out on the daily chart. This level here is 92.70. So 92 to 92.70 is very reasonable. There's some major resistance there at 92.55. So 92 to 92.70 is a very reasonable upside target for the dollar. If interest rates continue to spike, and the stock market fell very hard, it could get to 94.50 in here. I think that's a low probability because I think of all this resistance here in the 92 to 92.70 area. That just makes the most sense to me. Here is the bottom that formed in here, and you could see the inverted head and shoulders and the compounded inverted head and shoulders. Compound inverted head and shoulders comes when the head is actually made up of a small inverted head and shoulders. So if you look at the small one, it broke out and then pulled down. It made as many people have a favorite cup and handle pattern, and there it is. I say this pretty often. If you look at cup and handles at market highs and then tell me you're going to project them up to their measurements, I usually tell you you're out of your mind because there's not enough energy for them to work at tops. So some people will project, especially in the stock market, they're looking at a cup and handle and it projects up to 5,000 or 6,000 on the S&P, which is absurd. However, these cup and handles at lows are very reliable because they're usually made of the part of the head and the right shoulder. And here you could see on that you had the breakout now moving up again. So the target is right over here, which is at around 92. You can see that, which is what I just showed you on the weekly chart. And here's your weekly resistances right over here. There's one down over here at about 91.25. There's one over here at around 92. Now, the big inverted head and shoulders, which is an upward sloping neckline, and that's the neckline right up over here. Upward sloping necklines have a less probability of working than downward sloping necklines like we had in the head. So what that means is that this measures up here to that 94 something area. It has to get a ton of energy to get up there, and the only way that could happen is a stock market collapse based on the bond market yield soaring on the upside. So we're going to focus on this area over here in that 92 area as the upside. I spent a lot of time on this, but I really want you to understand what we're looking at. Right now, the money flow energies in multiple time frames is pushing the dollar up. You can see that over here and pushing that up right over there. And the probability of that ending now is really small, because you just don't get those brief kinds of upside moves. It is much more likely that, I would make it at least 70%, maybe 80%, that it's going to continue up for a number of weeks. on the upside. Maybe that aligns with the stock market correction we've been looking for. So kind of a long introduction into the currencies right over here, but that's what it takes. So we're looking at a period here that's positive for the dollar, you know, in a very, very long-term bad situation for the dollar. You're in a upward rebounding period in here. People write me a lot about the different time frames because, you know, I talk about intermediate term right in here, and they may be short-term traders, and their focus is on what happens intraday, and that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about intermediate and longer term. Longer term, the dollar is in a terrible pattern. Right now, for the intermediate and shorter term, it's in a decent pattern, and it's in a rebound. This is our Level 2 trial membership. We are starting this right now for new subscribers. This will not last long, and this is the last time we will have this pricing right now. What this includes is the stock index report live stream that you can see. What that is live right on your computer. You don't need a special platform, of the S&P 500, NASDAQ, and Russell. I'll show you that in a moment. Our stock index report, which we put out every day, the snapshot, the SIR, you'll get that every single day. You'll get our weekly stock index report, our weekly ETF review, Slimulator momentum tracker, which is for position traders and investors, over 1,000 different stocks that you could look at, ETFs, with our algorithms built into it. With momentum conditions, you're going to see fantastic stuff in there. Just amazing. You'll get our complete library, 600 plus videos in 9 categories that I've done, teaching all kinds of aspects and showing all kinds of analysis in the stock market, and our new trader workbench for trade planning. Absolutely amazing. What's more amazing, you'll get all of that for $22.50 the first month. There are even bigger discounts if you take quarterly discounts. How can you possibly pass this, especially if you're an active trader? Just go to askSlim.com, top of the main page. You'll see the special link there, and you'll be able to sign up for the 1 month or for the quarterly. Or if you have questions about that or have an issue with that link, then write to Matt at askSlim.com. Let me show you just some examples of what is in here. Just absolutely mind-boggling. This is the SIR live stream. Now, this was from the 24th. This was from Wednesday, the 24th. And this is for our intraday charts, really for short-term trading. These are 15-minute charts of the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and the Russell. What it has on here is what we call our reversal scout. This helps you with your directional decisions. And when it turns up, which it did the day before, you generally get upside moves. You're going to get our resistance levels right in here, and you're going to get our, these are called acceleration zones, the yellow ones. The probability when they enter the acceleration zone that they will continue is extremely high. You can get the numbers from that if you want. And once it gets in there, you can see it just explodes through. This is how you catch the big trades. And sometimes when it dips right into the support, as you could see right there and right there. Just absolutely great. And you can also see which are the strongest and weakest of these indexes, which was really clear as the NASDAQ was the weakest and the Russell was the strongest. And you could see that. It's incredible. That is what you saw on the up day on Wednesday. How about the down day on Thursday? Let's take a look right over here. And yes, what happened was you got this early downturn here in the reversal scout, and it went down all day long through all of those zones right over there. Just absolutely incredible. Through the acceleration zones where you catch the biggest trades, and then got into this area, but it was late in the day and couldn't even turn around, as you can see that. So just fantastic information here. How about what's going on today? Let's put it up live right now for you to see. Here you go. This is now live on my screen. And we started out the day choppy, moving down, but then when the reversal scout turned up, you can see what happened. and it came up right to resistance, and you're getting some resistance right over there. You get the NASDAQ moving up through those acceleration zones. Beautiful. Hits the resistance. Now pulling down. But you could see what's going on. What's the weakest index right now? Clearly the Russell. So if you wanted to be doing a pair trade, well, you would probably be buying NASDAQ today and shorting Russell. If you wanted to just buy and you didn't know which one, well, you could see which is the strongest one in here today, which is the NASDAQ. Just absolutely fantastic. In resistance right now, failing from resistance, getting through the acceleration zones, hitting resistance and backing off. If you're a short-term trader, I mean, this is just unbelievably fantastic information when you look at that. So that is a look at the live SIR live stream, and you can have this right on your charts. Just absolutely fantastic, amazing. Here is the library. 3 new videos every week, 9 categories, over 600 videos. I'm not going to read it to you. You can read it, but just incredible things. You can see Trader Psychology. Got lots of great things in there about how you can deal with personal issues that may be getting in your way of success. So just unbelievable stuff, including FutureSpeak, which we do every Wednesday, our certainly most popular member video. That's what's included. This is the only until March 14th. So this is essentially about 2.5 weeks. The final opportunity at this price for all of these great things that you're going to get. You saw that, $22.50 for a 1-month trial, quarterly discounts, bigger discounts. Go to askSlim.com, top of that main page, and you can sign up right there, or questions right to Matt at askSlim.